Lately. Okay, I am going to bring you up. There we go. Welcome, everybody, to our Tuesday night mastermind call for Anchored. We are super excited to see you. We are really excited about our topic tonight because it is one that is near and dear to both Christy and my heart. It's something that we love to talk about. If you saw the graphic, you know that we're going to talk about consistency in your business and doing the things that are actually going to move the needle. And I think that I have this habit of always saying, like, this is the most important one thing about whatever we're talking about. But this one really is so important. And if those of you who don't know me, my name is Angela Faith on social media. I'm Angela Faith. I'm a Sapphire in Plexus. And so I'm just reminding myself to say that now because I'm just used to my team always knowing who it is talking to them, but we're all just still getting to know each other. And I am joined tonight by Christy Doss, who is a diamond from Georgia. And I just wanted to say she's actually about to have her 11th Plexiversary this month. So we've been in close to the same time, 12 years for me, 11 years for you. And I'm really excited to hear from you on this topic tonight because when we got talking about it, she was like, "Oh, yeah, I got ideas. I know this topic in my gut." And that is what we always like to hear because it is that lived experience that, like, we've done it the wrong way, we've done it the right way, we see what works, and we just want to convey that to you. So I'm going to let you jump in first and share your heart on this topic, introduce them to yourself a little bit, and then I'll take the second space.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, Angela. And y'all, it's an honor to be here. I'm so excited and just thankful for Cassie that she went with, what God had in front of her and just ran with it. And I'm so thankful. And just to meet all of you and just to be a part of this together. But when you think about it, like this time of month, can get busy and you can either propel yourself forward, you can start to drift. And usually like this time of month, this a lot of times you just start to drift and you have to refocus and momentum rarely disappears overnight, right? It fades through distractions, inconsistency, hesitation, and excuses we start believing. So when you're building your business, you have to kind of start thinking about it. Am I building my business or am I consuming too much? A lot of times it's so easy to listen to that podcast and just dig into it and get so fired up, but not start implementing anything you're learning, right? You get so excited and you keep learning, you keep, feeding yourself, learning, 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 but you're not implementing. You start watching trainings, you start scrolling team pages, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm doing all the things, I am working my business. And like you're organizing your notes, you're making graphics. How fun is it to make a graphic, y'all? Like a shout out graphic. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but any of y'all felt that? Or you're just making the graphics, you're like, I am working so hard. And then you're not moving forward in your business. There's been so many times to where I mean, I've been so guilty of that. And it just can consume you. And I like this, how consumption can feel productive without producing anything. I thought that was a good quote. And how learning matters, but applied action changes things. It's a game changer. John Maxwell quote, okay, you cannot overestimate the unimportance of practically everything. I'm going to say that again. You cannot overestimate the unimportance of practically everything. And what that means is most things we stress over aren't the things that are actually creating growth, right? Um, so posting is visibility, but conversations create movement. I remember meeting my very first jewel, Bethany Spears, one of my diamonds, and I remember meeting her at her best friend's baby shower. We were just, there all together. I'd never met her before. And I was talking to her and I noticed her makeup was so pretty. I'm like, okay, what kind of makeup are you wearing? I mean, you just look so great. What are you wearing? And so she started telling me, oh, I kind of share Mary Kay here and there. She found me on Facebook. She started following me. But it was that interaction, that loving on someone, that sharing, sharing with someone where she found me on Facebook and just started following me. So don't share something you're thinking. Like if you see something about someone, start that conversation because it's the conversations, it's the that's what's going to help you so much is just not hiding and not staying away from people. Try to interact with people. Um, but you can definitely go through the emotions. And I just wanted to add that little story because I just felt like it was so powerful because you can post, you can share links, you can show up online, but ask yourself, did I actually connect with someone? I mean, have you connected with someone today? Following up intentional conversations. And I felt like that was an intentional conversation that I had with her. Um, Asking questions, checking in on people, extending invitations. Y'all, I love this group so much. And I love how, have y'all checked out the Love Dare 10-day experience post? It is powerful. Just reaching out to people and loving on them. I love that. And everything is in Anchored. And that's what I love about this group too, is like it's simplified. A lot of times you can look left and right at like, what is my sideline doing? Or what are they doing? Or what are they doing? It's like, no, it's the simple things, y'all. It's the simple, duplicatable action steps that is in this group weekly. That is exactly where it's at. There's no overwhelm because it's all right before you, right in front of you. Um, But that was, I mean, loving on people, sharing calls, and even the messenger chats, and even throw a little sip and see on the side. Like you don't have to even be, it doesn't have to be elaborate. I mean, I've done them before to where you actually just go to a Panera, a little corner of Panera, have a couple of bottles of water, shake up a couple of bottles, and have a little mini sip and see. So don't forget those things, those in-person things are so powerful. Um, But that's a lot of what I wanted to share. I didn't want to take
Yeah.
too much time.
No, that was perfect. I mean, and I'm going to end up reiterating some of the points that Christy has made because, we're not reinventing the wheel here. The things that work work because they work. And we're sharing that with you. And a lot of times we're trying to add in just the pieces of our experience that we know that sometimes in the back of your mind you're thinking, but what if that only worked with her, for her because she has something that I don't have? I actually wore this t-shirt and it says lucky on it. My camera on this computer is going to mess with me. Well, I'm trying to show you my lucky shirt. And when I first thought about this, it was probably back in March. And I thought, when we do this topic, if I'm the one talking on it, I'm going to wear my lucky t-shirt. Because here's what I think. I think that a lot of you guys are like, I'm going to do the things, but I also think I just need to get lucky in this and that they are just lucky. And that's just not what it is. And I get very excited about this topic because what I want you to know is that you're seeing that somebody has like suddenly somebody takes off running on their team, or they have a post that is just going like wildfire, or they are, signing up, they signed up two or three or four people this month, and you're like, man, they are getting so lucky. And you know what we've heard about that lucky factor is that basically what's happened is you're seeing somebody that who stayed in motion doing the right activities for long enough for luck to collide with them. Like it's, you know what I mean? That's really what's happening. And it's a matter of partially you're drawing that to you because your why is so real for you. Hold on, I gotta admit somebody. Your why is so real for you that, and it doesn't hurt to have there be, I would say, a little bit of an altruistic why. And what I mean by that is it's not just about you. I think it's safe to say that here because this is anchored and we can talk about how our goals for ourselves are bigger than just about us. And so, you guys, if I know that you all have goals in this business that are about something bigger than just you. So, when you're anchored to your why, and you stay in motion, you stay in activity, doing those simple things like Christy said that are in the team page in the group that you don't have to be thinking constantly about what I should be doing. Just do those things. It's in those mundane daily activities. Those are the things that are going to make you have an attitude and a vibe, I guess, for lack of a better word, that's going to attract people towards you that want to be like, what is she doing? Or what is it that she has? And maybe I'm interested in that. Or maybe she's open to talking to me. I think we have to have that um, um, something something has to tell people that you are open to talking to them. And can I just be honest? I told myself I was going to be really accountable about this on this call tonight, and this is hard. I don't like to be on social media very much. I don't like to be in stories. I don't like to do it. But it's time for me to get back in there and start doing it again because do you know when my business momentum was sky high? It was when I was doing the in-person stuff, the reaching out to people one-on-one and posting on social media because then they couldn't forget about me and keeping me top of mind, not just the Plexus stuff, but just me as a person. And so that combination of things is kind of what the magic sauce is. It's like you're staying consistent with it and you're top of mind and you have an attitude that is drawing people towards you because you're excited about what you're doing. You're excited about what you have to offer to people and you're excited about whatever that goal is that is not just you focused. And I love that part. And I wanted to say that a lot of times, what is happening is that you guys will overthink, and when I say you guys, please know I'm talking about all of us. I'm saying you guys because, and I only know this because I've done the same things and I've been there before. It's overthinking, emotionally unplugging, waiting to feel confident. And then, can we be honest? And here's why we're talking about this in the middle of May, restarting every few weeks because you lose a ton of momentum every single time that you do this. Every single time that you're like, okay, now is the moment that I'm going to really do this. Now I'm going to jump in. I'm going to really do it. And so you're like externally motivated and then it kind of peters off because things didn't happen the way that you wanted them to. And that goes back to the same thing I've said, the same thing Christy has said, and other people have said it in other calls, which is that those mundane daily activities that don't seem like the most exciting things, they are the things that move the needle in the business. And I want to say to you that this business is not reserved for people that are born confident, that are born with all of these skill sets. You have no idea how much I want to read the chat right now. I see it popping up. I'm like, what are we talking about? I want to see. Um, that's not for people that are just naturally outgoing. Remember the call that Aaron and who did the call together? Who did that call together? They did, yes, they did that call about how you can reach out and connect with people even if you're not naturally confident. Most of the skill sets that create success here are learnable. So communication improves, confidence improves, follow through improves, and your leadership improves. I don't know about you, but when I started this business, I in no way thought that I was a leader. I didn't really know what it meant. I thought a leader had to do with some sort of title and being in charge of people. What I've learned is that leadership, especially in this business, but I would argue probably just about anywhere, has nothing to do with being in charge of people and it has everything to do with developing trust with people. Like they trust you. And I think that's important. And one of the things, it's not in my notes, but and I think maybe Christy, you might have mentioned it in our chat. I can't remember. But one of the things that does develop trust with people is, did you say this? Because you can take over if you remember. One of the things that does develop trust with people is showing up consistently. Just showing up consistently, whether that's you in your stories. I promise I'm getting better. I'm working on it. You on social media, you in real life, you in checking up with them and following up with them and things like that. That consistency really creates trust with people. I don't want to talk for way too long. 7:16, I'm checking my time because I can just get on a roll. I really want to challenge some of you guys tonight about something. I do not want you to show up to another call, watch another podcast, um, go to another coaching group, watch any more reels on our industry until you decide to put one thing, implement one thing, and that is every single time that you watch a call, don't try to absorb everything and do that like I'm getting ready to get ready. We can get addicted to learning and showing up and being surrounded by the people that are learning with us. I love to learn. I can say this because I am the epitome of who can get caught in this trap because I love to learn. I just want you to take one thing, one statement, one idea, one action item, and write it down. Like, find yourself a piece of paper or a notebook that's just for here's the one thing I'm going to implement, and walk away and implement it. Because if you don't do that, what you'll do is you'll consume all the time and never actually add those things into your business practices that are going to change it. Because we are creatures of habit. We just go back to doing the same old thing and not changing something. So I really want you one action, one phrase, one follow-up idea, one mindset shift. And don't overwhelm yourself with, I've got to like get all the notes from this whole call and memorize it all because you'll get stuck in the getting ready to get ready. And I don't want that to happen to you. Yes, one action step. Um, okay. And then I'll skip that part so that we don't get off track. Um, I was going to say this thing, and this is really touching on a lot of things that Christy said, but taking it a little bit further. One of the things that I have observed over the years is that we human beings are really good at convincing ourselves that we are working while avoiding the very things that would actually move us forward. And we naturally drift towards the things that are fun, familiar, comfortable, or emotionally rewarding. And meanwhile, the follow-up's getting delayed, the systems are going unused, the invitations are not happening, the calendar's not getting filled, and customer care gets forgotten. And those are the things that are going to actually move you forward. And so just to repeat what you've already said, those systems, those ideas, the plans of action, they all exist in our anchored group and it's made really easy for you. And even the posting, I tell Nicole all the time in the post, I comment on her post. I'm like, thank you so much. I'm going to go post this right now because she has great content ideas there. And you can't even make the excuse of, I don't know how to show up on social media. So anyway, I was just going to close it with this. I think one of the biggest differences between people who eventually build something really meaningful and the people who stay stuck is that one group keeps re-entering, restarting. Like I always say this, Sarah Marble did a call one time about how to quit quitting. And I really felt like it was impactful. It lives somewhere on YouTube still. If you want to like really understand that a little bit better and what that does to your business every time is that you're halting your own momentum. And one of the ways that I can get on such a roll about this topic is I've watched it happen, and I'm sure that most of the leaders here have watched it happen. Either we've done it to ourselves or we've watched our incredible, capable, amazing downline do it to themselves and they don't know that they're doing it. I'm going to start and stop and start and stop, and you get so exhausted and you think this is never going to work. And meanwhile, we're sitting there going, it wasn't that. It was just that you had to get back into the cycle again. And there is such truth to the 30-day, the 90-day cycles. So like what you are doing right now is going to show up if you stay consistent 90 days from now. And what happens if you keep compounding that effort? It's really true. And so we don't want to see you keep restarting. So here's my ask of you right now. It is May 12th. We're about to hit that point of the month where people go, oh, it's the middle of the month. I haven't done what I meant to do. I'm just going to wait and restart in June. And can I just ask you to completely throw that? This is why I had to like throw the whole idea of the calendar out of my brain because I'm susceptible to that. Is anybody else, or is it just me? Yeah, I am susceptible to thinking like that. So when I was doing this business, I had to throw that calendar out of my mind and just focus on the people in front of me and just focus on the mission at hand. Whenever it happens, if it's this month, if it's next month, my focus has to be on the bigger goal and on the people in front of me. It can't be focused on, and I'm not saying just not to care about reaching your monthly goals. There's like a balance to be had there, but I think it's so important that you're not looking at that as what's dictating to you whether it's worth your energy. Your goals and the people that you are reaching with Plexus are worth the energy and the effort. And that's really all I have to say about it. I have something that I had a conversation with ChatGPT about all the things that we think are so important. And if we could do a business audit, like just a checklist, and just be real honest with ourselves, could you create this audit of the business for me? And it did a great job. I may add a few things. I may ask these ladies if they would add or take out anything, but then we're going to post that in the page for you because I think it's really important to be honest with yourself and say, am I just doing some of the things that I should be doing? Or am I doing all of the things that I should be doing? Because what my experience was started with me first, and then I trained that to my team. Whenever I was coaching and mentoring them, I would say, here's what's crazy. We, Shauna said, why am I scared? Um, I would be looking at the things and they would be like, I'm doing this and I'm posting and I'm doing all of these things. And I would say, you know what's crazy? It sounds like you were doing all the things, but we can look at a snapshot of your 30, 60, 90 days and see that like the amount of time, energy, hours that you've put into your business, we're not seeing the results. And you know what I've learned? It means that one or two things at the least is missing if we were to audit. What am I doing every day? Something's missing and you're consistently missing it. So you are consistent there. You're consistently missing that thing. And that's the piece of the puzzle that was missing. And when we change that, everything changes. And I just want to leave you with that hope and that understanding. Like we do not come to you with these calls wanting to just talk at you. We really want you to understand that like these are the things that are going to make a difference and make a change and help you to get to your goals and help you to reach whatever those God-sized dreams are that you have for your business. I never end a call early. I am so proud of myself right now. Never in the history of ever have I finished sooner than we were supposed to finish. So I just want to ask if any of the other leaders on here have anything they would love to share on that topic. Um, and Christy, thank you so much for all the things that you shared too, because I think it was just, yeah, that piece of it, like not being afraid to go and talk to somebody and have that conversation and to end up signing up somebody who is such a capable, I mean, people can be intimidating. And you were like, nope, not going to be intimidated. I'm just going to walk up and have the conversation. And you end up with somebody on your team who is such a capable leader.
Yeah. And like another thing is, actually, she started sharing with me little things because she started the products and started sharing, like, oh gosh, my minivan's about to break. I'm like, well, you could get a Plexus Lexus free. You start dripping it. She's like, I'm never doing this. Like, she even told her husband, I'm never doing that. I don't know why she's like telling me all this stuff. And you just never know, y'all. Just be bold and don't give up on people and just, you know what we have. So be confident in that.
That's right. What do you think was or has she told you, like, what was that turning point where she went from never ever, like I did? I know I'm not alone on this screen. Never ever, not going to do that business. What was a turning point, you think?
Well, she started noticing changes in herself and her husband and loved the products and could use the income. At the time, she really, started the little dripping that I was doing because I would just drip here and there. I never, I just, and she claims it was the car part because she really wanted another car.
I
So
get
you just
that.
never know what's gonna, really hit someone the right way. So
Right. Well, I think that's an important point. You don't ever know what is going to be the thing because it's not like we walk around with a sign, neon sign flashing above us and says, here's what I need in my life. So talk to me about this. And I think that that's one of the reasons it's so important to keep doing what you did, to keep bringing it up, to keep talking about it because you don't know. I think praying about it goes a long way. And I would say like something I don't normally talk about, but I did for some reason I feel like sharing this is that you guys we have something different in Plexus and I'm sure a lot of you know that, but other people probably could use to hear it again. A lot of these companies that work, on the network marketing model have enough of a buy-in to do the business that people are motivated just to get their money back. I got to make my money back because I had to pay this much to start, right? And so you will see people come into some other companies and have some like quick wins based on that self-motivation. I've got to get the money back because I just spent $500 to join this thing and I bought into the idea of it. So let me try to do that. But can I just tell you, I understand that sometimes you can look around and be like, why don't my people come in and immediately do that? We have to go about this a little bit differently because we have life-changing products and an incredible compensation plan that people generally don't really understand how different it is. And if we work on casting that vision to them and helping them to change their health, you will frequently get people that become business builders who, like me, and like, Christy, I don't know if you said that you were initially not planning to do the business. I don't know if we talked about that.
I don't know if
But
we did, but I know
yeah,
that I mean, the who I joined, she was like, when they start helping you, you can get your product costs covered. And that's
yeah,
why I preach that every time someone starts to share, because I'm like, let them know they can get their product costs
because that
covered
helped
because
you
I
to,
needed it. I needed the
yeah,
product costs covered. I knew my
yeah.
husband was not going to be on board. Y'all, I even joined without letting him know. Like, I mean, I just was desperate and praying for something to help me. And literally, it was God that brought these products in my life because it's another call, my testimony. Like, it's just really changed my life. So, and then I knew like by day 4, I was starting to share. I'm like, people need this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
See that, and there's just like you never know. It's just a matter of having those conversations and saying those things to everybody. And even if they say no at first, because I'll be honest, Christy had somebody tell her she could start earning the money back from it. And if the girl that I ordered from had said that to me, I would have been like, okay. And I still wouldn't have done anything with it until it started to make a difference in my life. And I went, hold up. There's something here that everybody needs. Maybe I'm willing to talk about this. So again, you don't know who you're talking to and what they might be open to. So all of the conversations have a place. Don't feel defeated. Don't feel like, well, I said that to her and she didn't, jump on it. She may come around later like Angela did and go,
mhm.
actually, this is like life-changing stuff. I think I'm going to do this business. Or they might do it right away. So I think that this was a great call, and I'm very proud of myself for ending it on time. All right, I'm going to read the chat real quick and see what we've got. As I saw it blowing up the whole time and I could see little snippets of it. Okay, Kara said the difference in her compensation plan is that she was with her old company for 5.5 years. And in her first 8 months, she made more than her whole 5.5 years combined. I'm about so close to bringing her up on this screen right now. That is not something that is unheard of here. I mean, I definitely that was my upline too. They had been with another company before, and they said within the first year they'd made more than they had ever made in their other company for years. I think that is just wild. It's so incredible. And my what I would add to that is that I have a whole lot of um what retention. And the reason I have, I think, so much retention comes down to not only that customer care and pouring into people and relationship building and setting expectations well, but none of that would have mattered if we didn't have products that people were relying on to be as healthy as they are and to be able to participate in their life and, like me, not have all the medications that I would have been on. So we'll have to come back and do a testimony call. We don't have time for that. We will definitely be here an extra hour if you let me get going on my testimony.
Oh man, ladies, that was powerful. All I can think about is like, if we can all not look at our back office and actually look at what you're serving instead, who you're serving. Like you could find a Kara tomorrow that needs this. And could you imagine if you gave up on yourself right now, you wouldn't have a Kara or a Julia or a Hope or a Kim that is desperately looking for you. And so, yes, May can be crazy, but that's all here and it's all up to you. If you just have those daily small asks that you do every single day to water your plants, I promise you there'll be fruit and there'll be flowers at the end of it. So don't give up. May can be crazy, but it's up to you. Coffee people have to open up their business every single day from 9 to 5 or whatever their hours are. They can't stop on a bad day. So I know that May can be crazy, but just remember who you're serving. You have an incredible God that you can ask him to please multiply my time, God. Give me exactly what I need to do right now to do exactly what you've called me to do. Help me not allow the enemy, like Aaron says, go put him on a cactus. She's on my team. I love that. So when the enemy tells you you don't have time, just go to bed, it's totally fine. You put the enemy on a cactus and say, heck no, God has called me to so much bigger, and I'm so much ready, more ready now than ever to tell him he can go shove it. So I don't know what goals you need or what you have this month, but go love somebody. And I guarantee you that's going to fire you up way more when you go to bed tonight so you know how to show up even better tomorrow. So
Thank
I
you all
also
so
just
much.
quit my job to, oh,
I
look at
saw that.
that. Kara, we definitely will have to figure that out. That's amazing. Okay, wait, 5 seconds.
Awesome.
I know everybody wants to know. You quit your job. What did you do? What was your job? Tell us all the things really fast. I know I'm putting her on the
Throw her
spot.
right into the deep end. She probably can't unmute
Oh, you
herself.
can't. Yeah, you got to unmute
We'll
her,
have to do it.
Angela.
Yeah. Are you good with it? Welcome on
Mm,
board.
I
Hi.
know.
My upline is Michelle Rose, and she's like, her job was hell. That's what it was.
I'm sorry.
It was hell. I do inventory for Napa Automotive. So I lift batteries and rotors for 8 hours every day. And I get harassed by my assistant manager. I guess that's the key part. I quit. I was just like, peace out, bye. I'm gonna do Plexus.
Well, I love it. I can't wait to see your journey take off. You said it's been 8 months. Is that what
2 years.
Oh, two
2 years
years. But in the
actually,
eight
like
months you have,
today.
yeah.
Today's my 2 year anniversary.
Oh my gosh. Happy
Thank
Flexiversary.
you.
That
You
is great. And
stepped
that's a
out of
great
one
post.
and you're walking into another on that day. Think about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love
Yep.
it. I love
I'm
it.
so happy.
Thank you all so much. And hey, I hope that we see you on our Thursday work and worship call. We'd like to just get together and, be accountable and do the work. And it helps to have other people in the room with you and doing the things. I know, like the last time I did it, I was like, I'm not going to ask them to do something I'm not doing. So I did a really scary, like, not scary, but it was like my chicken list, right? And I reached out to her and I got a really good response. I sent that one to Shauna. I was like, listen to this. The response was so good. She said no to me, but I don't care. She was like, but if I change my mind, you're who I'm coming to. That was good enough for me. All right, ladies. We will see you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you, Christy.